Hello guys, this is the Game Revolution here, and we just had another huge leak for the next Zombies map for DLC 2 for Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now I'm going to link a few videos down in this video's description so you can stay up to date on all of the information that we know so far regarding DLC 2. One video is over half an hour long. It explains the entire storyline of this map, how it's going to link into us trying to kill Takeo, how it's going to link into Division 9, Lemuria, the Cthulhu mythos, and how it's going to actually link into Narmadel, and how it's actually going to be set in the Pompeii Islands. Another video is going to be actually talking about some leaks in regards to the fact that we're going to be having Takeo's Katana on this map. There's actually going to be spiders on this map, which is crazy. There's also going to be some sort of boss, which we don't know whether it's called a Warlord or whether it's called a Thrasher as of yet. They could just be the code names for this boss, and it's going to work similar to the Magua, and it's actually going to be able to engulf you. It's also going to have spores on its side, or paws on its sides, which you actually have to shoot in order to destroy it. Now, as he said, I explain it much better in the videos linked down in this video's description, but that was just a brief overview. So in terms of this leak, there's again going to be a link to a Reddit article down in this video's description. Make sure to just go check it out if you actually want to read it for yourself. But within the game's code, it reads as follows in regards to DLC 2. It says Semtex _lethal underscore ZM. It then says P1 underscore pistol underscore ZM. It then says Spider Trap underscore ZM. It then says EMP underscore tactical underscore ZM. It then says Arasaki rifle underscore ZM. It then says Type 100 assault rifle underscore ZM. It then says Weapon Haze underscore weapon underscore ZM. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Lord Spinkingham for sliding into my DMs and actually just letting me know about this Reddit post immediately. I'll link his channel down in this video's description. He's a really good source to go for just really easy tutorials for Black Ops 3 Zombies, just some really good tips and tricks. Now, I just want to read what the actual coder who went into the game files to find this information about DLC 2 had to think in regards to this actual coding. Now, he actually said, now a while back I found some code about a Venom Haze weapon, and I believe we will see it in the Pompeii, the island map, because I think you will have to kill a random spider like the parasites in Shadows of Evil and grab the spider's eye, then kill the boss once and pick up the heart, then the pods return and we could see the spider's legs in the pod to build the weapon. That's just his own interpretation on the code. But the first bit, as he said within the code, it says Semtex underscore lethal. Now, this could be meaning that the Semtex is returning, but I don't think so. I think the coding in regards to the Semtex is actually referring to the Widow's Wine grenades, because the Widow's Wine grenades are essentially Semtex grenades, basically. And I think that Widow's Wine will in fact be returning on to DLC 2, the island map set in Pompeii. The next coding that can actually be found states P1 pistol underscore ZM. I'm not sure whether that's actually referring to the MR6, the starting pistol that we saw on the Giant and also the Eisendrache as well, or it's in fact going to be a new weapon on this map, because I'll throw up an image on screen now of the real life P1 pistol, and we could be seeing a new weapon on this map, because with the Eisendrache, apart from the bows, we got no new weapons, and a load of people were very annoyed. So that could be a new pistol on this map as it's within the code. Now the next coding says Spider Trap underscore ZM. So there's going to be some sort of trap on this map that's in regards to spiders, and on Shadows of Evil we actually saw the train trap, and I think it could be something similar to the chain trap, but instead it's in fact going to be spider webs, because as I was saying earlier, we're actually going to be seeing spiders on DLC 2. They're going to be some sort of boss round like we've seen with the Hellhounds, like we've seen with the Parasites and Meatballs on Shadows of Evil. So I think that definitely we could see a trap that's actually referring to spider webs, because we actually got an image released just the other day that was actually revealing our first image of this map, and if we zoom in right here we can actually see some spider webs, and not only are there spider webs on this image, but we can see some pods to the bottom left of this image, and we believe those pods are actually like eggs of the spiders. Now the next coding actually reads EMP underscore tactical underscore ZM. Not really sure what that's referring to. Some people think that this could be referring to the boss on DLC 2, because as we were saying earlier, if you watch the video linked down in this video's description, the boss on this map is going to be very difficult. It's going to have all sorts of different crazy abilities, and I will link that video down in this video's description if you want to know about this boss. And I think that coding is actually going to relate to that boss, because this boss will be able to stun you, and it's going to actually be able to charge at you, somewhat similar to what we've seen with Brutus and also the Magua. And overall, it's going to be like a mixture between the Panzer Soldat, it's going to be a mixture between the Magua, and that's just basically what it's going to be. And also, the boss is actually going to have a jetpack, just like the Panzer as well. So I find this stuff very, very interesting indeed. But again, we don't really know too much about this boss because everything we know about it is just based off of coding, and we can't really divulge and take everything out of coding. The next coding actually reads Arasaki_rifle_ZM, and if you didn't know what this weapon is, it is actually the M1 Garand, the original one that we saw within World at War, the classic, just the absolute classic, and we believe that this gun is going to be returning on this map as well, finally. However, I don't actually think it might not actually be the M1 Garand, because recently it was actually added into multiplayer, into supply drops, the MX Garand, and this is actually the futuristic version of this weapon. So I think that's the weapon, that's the what we're going to be seeing on this map. We're going to be seeing some sort of variation of the M1 Garand. The next coding actually says Type 100_assault rifle_ZM. Now, apparently, the Type 100's coding is actually referring to the bootlegger from Shadows of Evil. So, it's possible that we could be seeing the bootlegger actually on this map, or maybe we could just be seeing the Type 100 as this is within the game's code. I'm not sure, I just take all of this with a bit of a grain of salt. I know I have to say that within every single video, but the thing is, with coding, it's subject to change. Not everything will make it into the map. Some ideas may be scrapped, although the general gist of the coding will make it into the map. And it's all based off of your own interpretations. I'm just reading the code to you guys, and you guys can interpret it. The final coding actually reads Venom_Haze_weapon_ZM, and this is the biggest bit out of all of them because this coding was actually found within Shadows of Evil, but now it's made an appearance within the DLC 2 coding. Now, back when it was found within Shadows of Evil, everyone believed that this might have actually been a secret second wonder weapon on Shadows of Evil, but that wasn't in fact the case. So at the moment, it's safe to assume that maybe this is the wonder weapon on this map, this Venom Haze _weapon_ZM could be the coding for the wonder weapon on this map, which we don't actually know entirely what it is. According to Glitching Queen, the wonder weapon is going to be something to do with the Nan of Sapwa, which is a god, and it's going to have something to do with thunder. But that's pretty much all we know about this so far. But let me know all of your thoughts on this down in the comment section down below. As I said earlier, just take all of this with a bit of a grain of salt. I'm just reading off the coding, and it's up to you to basically interpret the coding. That's the best I can do for you guys. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Subscribe for new idea for latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.